When it comes to the president's trip to China, what will he want to achieve versus what is he likely to achieve?
Well, I think what he wants to achieve is two main items on the agenda. I mean, one is obviously, as you said, North Korea, and the other is trade. And the trade really that is captured by the whole kind of America First rhetoric about that it's time to change the rules and change them back into America's favor rather than in China's favor. So what will he be able to achieve? I'm not that optimistic that he's going to achieve very much, to be honest. I think that he'll certainly want to keep China on side as an intermediary to keep pressure on North Korea. And I think he'll want to try to make sure that the Chinese hear what he says about fair trade. The Chinese, though, I think, they know how to flatter the president. And I think they believe the president is very susceptible to being flattered, which basically means that he can be played, I think, from the Chinese point of view. So that's kind of what worries me about, whether there's any real business going to get done.
Yeah, so you sort of anticipated my next question. What do you see as the way Chinese leadership plays this? From their perspective, so you answered in terms of what Trump might try to get out of this trip, but from their perspective, what will they be going for, and how do you sort of expect them to, deal with this? What are their goals?
Well, specifically, Joe, I think, on trade, for example, as we saw when Xi Jinping went to see the president in Mar-a-Lago earlier this year, I mean, I don't think the Chinese are just going to show him a blank, a closed door. I think there are certain things in terms of trading standards or rules of trade, treatment of American companies in China, that I think the Chinese can be prepared to give. Now, they're very small, relatively, minor concessions, but actually, they know that it might be enough for the president to parade this or tweet about them and say, we've had a fantastic meeting and so on. I think on North Korea it's a little bit more difficult because I think the Chinese, while they're in a way happy to be an intermediary, they do not want to do the United States any great favors. I mean, they don't want to see the North Korean government collapse either. So I think, honest broker is perhaps a little bit strong, but I think they'll just try to make sure that some sort of dialogue can be achieved maybe one day between the United States and North Korea.